Welcome. My name is Dean Manheimer. It's my pleasure to share with you what I call the DubLi story. Now, what I want to do before I get started is I want to explain a couple of things in regards to DubLi as they were evaluating their business model and they were looking at companies and they were looking at history. And they'd look at the timeline in history. And they saw particular companies would come along every now and then that are called game-changing companies. Now, these are companies like an iTunes and eBay and Amazon and Apple. The list kind of goes on. But these companies had to go through what is called their formulation years. Now, these are the years of the naysayers. These are the years that the people would say, it's too complicated, too difficult. People won't do it. You've lost too much money. You'll never recoup the money you've lost in terms of profits. But those companies came through those formulation years, and today they're very successful international companies. Now, DubLi is one of those new game-changing companies, and they too have been going through their formulation years. So when you evaluate a company and you're trying to decide whether it's something you want to engage in or not, you need to look at the company's history. How long have they been in business? What have they done? Where they're at today? Who's guiding the company? What is their offering to the public? And that's what I want to do here with you with DubLi is I want to give you a little history first of all, and I'll take you through where DubLi started and what they've done to get to where they're at today. Then we'll talk a little bit about the offering to the public. I'll paint a little bit of a picture for you moving forwards in the future, and then what the options are in terms of the earnings potential with DubLi. So why don't we start first of all with the history in terms of DubLi. They were founded in June of 2003. Now this timeline is very important, so please follow this. They went 3 years without generating a single dollar in sales. All they did was spend money. They went from 2003 to 2006 developing their software, the coding, relationships that needed to be put together, contracts that needed to be negotiated, people that needed to be hired, the training that needed to be done, till they got to a point that in 2006 they felt good enough about the model that they ran a test in 4 German-speaking countries and in Denmark. Now they ran this test for 2 more years. Now this takes them to 2008. They'd done the modifications and upgrading they needed to do, and in 2008 they felt good enough about the model as it existed in those days that they launched all of the EU simultaneously. Now it was in the fall of 2008 that they launched North America with 1 component only. In 2009, they introduced the shopping mall. 2010, they introduced the entertainment division. 2011, they introduced the travel component. 2012, they introduced the customer acquisition component. 2013, they integrated all of these pieces, all of the parts into the total of 200 countries worldwide in multiple currencies, multiple languages. And then they also, towards the end of the year, introduced 2 new categories in utilities, also finance and insurance. And so 10 years to get them to where they're at today. Now, DubLi is also a publicly traded company on the OTC market. Their headquarters in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. They also have a headquarters in Berlin, Germany, and they also have a headquarters in Dubai and United Arab Emirates. Now, as I mentioned, they are a publicly traded company, and as such, they have a board of directors, because you also want to know who's guiding this company. If you look at the history, it's important to know, they've been around for a while, then what kind of brain trust do they have? Who's guiding the company? Who's setting the direction for it? And what do they have in terms of people that are running the business on a day-to-day basis? Well, when you look at the board of directors, you got Blas Moros. Blas is chairman of the board. Blas was one of the original founders with Bill Gates at Microsoft. He's credited with much of Microsoft's early international expansion. In fact, both Bill Gates and the original founder of Apple, who's passed away, both are credited with Blas as being the 5th most important man in Microsoft's history. Now, Lester Rosenkrantz is also on the board of directors. Lester has been instrumental in assisting a number of companies moving from the private sector into the public sector. He's also been on the board of a number of publicly traded companies. David Sassnett's also been on the board of a number of NASDAQ publicly traded companies. He's also been the chief financial officer on a NASDAQ publicly traded company. So he's also been instrumental in assisting DubLi in making sure they have a very sound, financially sound business model as they move forward. Michael Hansen is the founder of DubLi. This is the brain trust that's guiding the company and setting the direction for DubLi. Then when you look at the operations side, the people running the business on a day-to-day basis, what DubLi has done is they spent several years searching for the right people, and they went through companies like a Microsoft or an Amazon, a Living Social, and Groupon, and those companies to find the right people. And this is everybody from Eric Nelson, who's the chief financial officer, to Rick Daglio, who's the Chief Technology Officer, or Rich Robeson, who heads up customer support. He was the head of one of the nation's largest customer support groups. So again, what I'm saying is that the company has done what they need to do to make sure they put the right people in the right place to bring the very best that they can, both to the company as well as to the consumer. So when you look at a company and you get comfortable with their history, you get comfortable with the management team, and you know where they're going, the third component, and probably the most important, is what is the offering to the public. Now, the reason that I say that's the most important is because if you want a true long-term business, if you want a business that in your heart of hearts you know you can handle your children or grandchildren, if you want a business that will generate residual income for you year in and year out, whether you're working or not, then it's critical that you have a business with retail customers willing to pay full retail price for your product and service with no vested interest in the business or even knowledge there's a business opportunity. Because if you don't, you run the real risk that that business will collapse at some point. So the current offering today to the public is set up in travel, shopping, insurance, finance, telecom, and utilities. What I want to do is I want to take you through these offerings and show you what it is to the public. I also want you to understand that the retail customers register with DubLi for free, absolutely for free. So everything I'm showing you is going to give you an idea of what this offering is to the public. So when you look at the first category, travel, on a global basis, it doesn't matter where a customer logs in from. They could be in Japan, they could be in Germany, they could be in Spain, they could be in Mexico, they could be here in the U.S. Whatever the major search engines are available to them in their countries is available to them through DubLi. Here in the U.S., for example, doesn't matter if you're talking about Hotwire, Priceline, Expedia, Travelocity, Orbitz, they're all there. Doesn't matter if you're looking at car rentals, you're looking at hotels, they're all here. It gives the customer the opportunity to do the price comparison, making sure they're getting the best deal, the best price, the absolute best of the best that they can get delivered to them online. It also doesn't matter, by the way, if they're registered with a given provider and they get frequent flyer miles or Groupon or coupons or discounts or whatever. It doesn't matter if they have a loyalty program with them because they get it all. It also doesn't matter whose credit card they're using. If they're using a credit card from a provider that gives them cash back or frequent flyer miles or whatever they get it all. So they get the absolute best deal, best price, best of the best, and DubLi pays them cash back on that best deal, best price they can't get going direct to exactly the same source. Now, the other categories that I mentioned is we got finance and insurance, telecom, utilities. Everybody's there in terms of the big boys. This is a current offering that just got rolled out for the U.S. It includes everybody from AT&T, Virgin, T-Mobile, State Farm, Allstate, Western Union, but they're all here. It gives, again, the customers the ability to do a comparison, get the best services, the best deal, whatever fits them and their families, dealing directly with the companies, not with DubLi, directly with the companies, and then getting cash back, getting specials, getting deals they cannot get going direct to exactly the same source doing exactly the same thing. Now, the next category is the shopping mall. Now, here in the U.S., North America, it's probably one of the largest in the world with over 55 million products and services. It doesn't matter what stores you're looking for. Walmart, Kmart, Target, Nordstrom, Lord & Taylor. It doesn't matter what products you're looking for. Apple products, Sony products, Zenith products. I mean, they're all there. And again, it gives the customer the opportunity to find the best deal, best source, dealing exactly with the same stores they always deal with, the stores they trust, the stores they believe in. If they're registered with that store, if they got specials, discounts, coupons, whatever, they get it all. Doesn't matter about the credit card, cash back, frequent flyer miles, they get it all. And DubLi pays them cash back on the best deal, best price they cannot get, going direct to exactly the same source. You know, it gives them the ability to know and do a comparison about going directly to stores and what kind of comparisons they get. It gives them the ability to look at coupons and discounts. DubLi is giving the customer the opportunity to make sure that they're getting the best deal on the dollar they got to spend for their family. So it's an amazing offering to the consumer. And then what DubLi has also done is they've given the customer options. And the options are to be able to take that cash back that they get from DubLi.com and use it any way they want. They can go offline because what DubLi has done is they've set up some ways to do that. Number one is the DubLi branded MasterCard. Now, this is a debit card. Now, I want you to understand, down the road, this is going to pay some huge, huge dividends. But I want you to just kind of think about that for a moment. But initially what DubLi wants to do is they want to get this in the hands of every customer that they can. And they can take and put the cash back on that DubLi MasterCard, go to an ATM machine, pull the cash out. They can use it anywhere the MasterCard is used. Or they can use their PayPal account. Or they can just send it directly to their own bank account. It's really up to the customer. Simple, easy, convenient for them to use. Now, as I mentioned, the customers all register for free. But we also have some special discounts, and we have some special pricing for our customers if they choose to do so. Now, one of them is our VIP customers. Now, our VIP customers pay $99 a year, one-time fee, annually. And they get 6% cash back on every dollar they spend in the travel section and in the shopping mall section. And again, it doesn't matter what stores they're into, all of them across the board, they get it all paid cash back 6%. They also get, in the entertainment section, the ability to create playlists and multiple playlists. They can swap songs, music videos, games, whatever. They can use social media to swap things back and forth. So it's a great deal, great benefit for them. And our VIP customers also get 2 additional programs that nobody else gets. And that is they have access to what we call our customer referral program, where if a VIP customer refers another individual that becomes a VIP customer, DubLi will pay them $20 one time as a way of saying thank you for that referral. Think about that for a moment. You do that 4 times during the course of the year. That's 5 times during the course of the year. That's $100. That basically paid for your membership. Or they could do that 2, 3, 4, 5 times a month and earn an extra, $100 or $200 or $300 a month just as a customer referring customers. And then they also have access to our special discounts and cashback programs. Now, our premium customers pay $4.95 a month. They get 4% annual cashback on every dollar they spend in travel and shopping mall. Now, that 4% cashback is paid annually, kind of like the Costco model. Costco, you pay your fee for your card. At the end of the year, they give you 2% or 3% cash back. Well, DubLi's the same way, except it's a whole lot cheaper. It's only $4.95 a month, call it $60 for the year, and that 4% is paid you back, cash back at the end of the year as well. And then they also have some of the benefits in terms of the entertainment division and the playlists and whatnot. Unfortunately, they don't have access to the customer referral program or the cashbacks and discounts. Now, on the VIP side, that, as I mentioned on that referral program and the premiums, they also get, for example, discounts on Priority Pass. It happens to be something I use because I travel so much every year, and I buy the Priority Pass. It costs me about, I think it's $235 a year. It gives me 10 free entries into the clubs at the airports. And my discount now with Priority Pass, because I'm a VIP customer with DubLi, is much greater than the $99 a year that I pay. So it's like Priority Pass pays it for me, and I get everything else for free. But they got discounts on the golf card that is available for them, the World SIM card, so you're not paying roaming charges on international calls and whatnot. Sports 360, Sporting Events 365, special events and discounts and whatnot. So, again, great value for our VIP customers. I mean, incredible value when you think about it. Now, that is the current offering to the public, and that is the base. That is the foundation. I want you to keep that in mind. Now let's change gears here for a moment. We're going to talk about the business side, DubLi Network. And what DubLi has done is they've taken all of the products and services that they used to sell individually, and they bundled them into just one package, and they made it incredibly inexpensive. And this is everything, by the way, folks, from DubLi Academy and DubLi TV to the tools you need for Facebook and Google and all just really much, much more. So when an individual chooses to engage with DubLi, they will pay a one-time fee of $99, not just $99, and that gets them literally everything, all the tools, everything you need to run a global, seamless business. Then they will choose one of 2 packages. Now, it depends on what country, what region of the world they live in. Now, if they live in a region that has what we call localized malls, then they will select those packages. But we're talking specifically now about DubLi.com here in the U.S., DubLi Network here in the U.S. Now, for $495, they get a choice of either 5 one-year VIP membership vouchers, or they can also choose 50 one-month trial VIP vouchers, strictly up to them. By the time they use the vouchers and they get the cash back from selling those vouchers, by the way, folks, their cost to start their business could be 0. If you think about that, it's pretty amazing. or it could be maybe $100. But it's a great way to get started because our focus is truly customer acquisition. Now, from that, the only requirement our business associates will have is that once a month they will acquire a VIP customer. One customer a month, VIP voucher with that customer. It's $99 a year that that customer sells. So in other words, DubLi wants to make sure that we are focused on the retail side of our business, and each one of our business associates is required to be able to sell to a customer the concept of a VIP membership so that they'll engage with us and enjoy the benefits that come along with it. And folks, it is really, really a simple thing to do. And that's all we have to do in terms of maintaining our requirements or qualifications with DubLi to earn our commissions and whatnot. Now, DubLi also has some other packages that are available, and these are specific for people. And I want to really make sure that you understand this. It's specific in that this is for traditional business people who've done well, or I should say it's for people who have a specific purpose for wanting these particular packages that I'm going to take you through real quick. Now, these are called TLA packages, Team Lead Accelerator packages, and there's 3 different kinds of packages. And they're designed for people that want to move very, very quickly, but they're also designed for people that have contacts within the traditional business world that would be interested in putting together a co-branded retail site of their own in conjunction with DubLi and earn the benefits of doing so, a revenue stream from their customers, from their employees. It's strictly up to them on how they want to do it. Now, the first package is $2,475. They get everything that the business associate would get for the $495. It's included in this. They also get 3 packages of the vouchers. So there's 5 vouchers per package, so they're going to get 15 one-year VIP membership vouchers in this $2,475. They will also get 100 one-month VIP trial vouchers, 100. Plus they get the training, which is required to be able to market the partner program, which is normally $1,000. It's included in this, and they also get an immediate recognition to what we call a team leader status. So that's the benefit. When you take all of these pieces that are in here, from the VIP memberships, the trial vouchers, all of that, by the time it's sold to customers and customers are engaged in using the products and services, that initial cost to start your business of $2,475 is reduced down to maybe $300, $400, someplace in that range. But it's very inexpensive once you've executed the retail side of the business. So, designed specifically for people who want to move quickly. It is not necessarily designed for the masses, if you will. It's for people who have a specific purpose for wanting to use the partner program. Now, the second package is what we call our Platinum package. Again, very specific here, folks. Designed for people that know that they have at least, for sure, one partner program that they can sell to a for-profit company that will want to engage, because for the profit companies to engage with DubLi, it's going to cost them $6,995 one time to sign up, another $7,000 for the year. They will pay $495 a month on a month-to-month basis to have DubLi maintain the whole engine and everything to support that program for them. Well, that's also included in this package here. That's almost a $6,000 value. So if you add that all together, call it 7 and 6, that's $13,000 in value just right there. So you actually have the ability to sell that partner program at the $7,000 and give away the 1 year to the partner, because that's a great savings for them. That's a $6,000 savings. You spent $6,000 to buy the package. You just sold it for $7,000. You got a $1,000 profit, and you haven't even got the profit yet back on the vouchers you've sold, both the VIP plus the membership vouchers that you have, the trial vouchers you have to use as well. So again, very specific, only for those people that know they have that in place. And then the third one is what we call our Elite package, and again, designed specifically only for those people that know they have a minimum of 3 for-profit companies that would want to engage with DubLi, because you've got basically almost $21,000 in value on the voucher registrations for the partner program, almost $18,000 on the monthly maintenance fee that's included in those packages. So you could, if you sold them at just the registration voucher value, that's $21,000 back. You spent $12,000 for the package, got your money back, and a profit, not including the profit from the vouchers, the VIP vouchers, both the annual and the 1 month memberships as well. So again, but very, very specific, and it's for people that know they've got those people in the wings and they're ready to go. They want to move very quickly. For the general groups that want to just build a business, the 495 is going to be the way that most of them start. But it's important that you know that these are available as well. So very important. And we wanted to make sure that you had that information. Now, with DubLi on the retail side of the business, on the business side, I should say, there's two sources of income. One is on the personal side through DubLi.com, and the other is through the network side through what we call building an organization of customers. Now, on the personal side, we have the ability to earn a 25% commission on every commissionable transaction generated by our customers that we personally engage and any customer referrals that come from those customers. So this example just basically says that this individual, the business associate, has a friend that lives across the street that becomes a customer of DubLi, that's got a brother in the military that's stationed in Germany that becomes a customer, that has a friend of his in the military stationed in Japan that's a customer, who has a friend of his that is just got out of the military and now lives in California and became a customer, whose brother lives in Texas and became a customer, whose sister lives in Vermont. So in other words, the business associate has no idea who these people are. But DubLi treats them all as if the business associate personally enrolled them. So the business associates get paid on every single transaction, commissionable transaction generated by those customers on a global basis. It doesn't matter where. An amazing offering that DubLi has for the business associates on the personal side of the business. Now, the second source of income is on the business building side through an organization of what we call our business associates and their customers. Now, this is where we have the ability to earn an additional 5 to as much as 27.5% commission on every commissionable transaction generated by our customers and their referred customers within the organization. So when somebody engages with DubLi and they pay the $99 and the $495, they're given the title of team member. That's just a title. Now, they're at the entry level of the business building side. And as such, they have the ability to earn a 5% commission on any of the products and services bought by the people they personally enrolled in any of the transactions created by their customers. Now, when they personally enrolled 3 individuals that get the title of team member, that's, again, they paid the $99 plus the $495, they will get a promotion to what we call team leader. Now, a team leader's income will double. It goes from 5 to 10%. Now, I refer to the compensation plan as a differential, meaning we get paid the difference between what we're entitled to at our rank, so this individual is entitled to 10, and what our people are entitled to at their rank. So these people are entitled to 5. The differential is 5%. So the team leader will get paid 5% on all of the products and services brought by all the new people coming into the business here and all the transactions generated by the customers that are being developed in the organization. So in other words, the team leader's income is growing. Now, a team leader will earn 10% on any new business he starts, and then 5% on the business as it grows and matures. That's how the differential works. Now, when we take this one step further and we help these 3 people enroll their 3 people so they become a team leader just like this individual did, then this individual gets another promotion of what we call team coordinator, just again a title. Their income increases again, so they're now at 15%. Now, the differential between the team coordinator and the team leader is still 5% because it's 15 minus 10. But now the organization is growing. So that means there's more people coming in, more products and services being bought, more customers being generated, more transactions being generated. So the team coordinator's income is growing. The team coordinator will earn 15% of new business he starts, and then 10% of that business as it grows and matures. So you kind of get a feel for how that differential is starting to work. Now, we take this one step further, help these 3 people enroll their 3 people who they've enroll their 3. So in other words, these 3 people want to duplicate the efforts of this individual, so they too will become team coordinators. When that happens, then this individual gets another promotion of what we call sales director. Now, a sales director will earn 20%, so they pick up another 5. The differential between a sales director and the team coordinator is still 5%. But now you're talking about a much larger organization. So it means as more sales are being generated, more customers are being generated, the sales director income is growing. The sales director will earn 20% on any new business they start. 15% of that business grows and matures. 10% on it when it reaches the rank of team leader. So again, you get a feel for how the differential works. Now, one thing I want to mention about this sales director, it's what I refer to as our first position of strength, that this is where we strive to get all our people to as quickly as we can. Now, one of the advantages of the Team Leader Accelerator package is this, is that when somebody selected that package, even the 2475 package, they became a team leader immediately, just getting started. So if they enroll 3 people who also selected that 2475 package, they're going to be called a team coordinator with just an organization of 3. If they help those 3 enroll their 3 for 9 more, also using that 2475 package or any of the other 2, they get a promotion to sales director with 12 people who all selected at least the minimal of the Team Leader Accelerator package, whereas most sales directors have anywhere from 50 to as much as 250 to 300 people in their business before they reach the position of sales director. So one of the advantages of the Team Leader Accelerator package, and I refer to it as the rapid rank advancement tool, is it allows those individuals that want to move quickly to reach the higher ranks quicker, so that as their business matures and grows, as it must, then they will maximize their income, leaving less and less on the table. That's one of the advantages of utilizing that package. So I just wanted to point that out to you as we go through the rest of the compensation here. Now, the next position from sales director is called vice president. Here's where it'll change a little bit. You need to have at least 5 sales teams. Someplace in each sales team needs to be a sales director. You do not need to personally enroll them. But once you have 5 sales teams with a sales director someplace in each team, you get the promotion to vice president. You pick up another 5%. So your rank is now, or your income is now 25% because you pick up another 5%. The differential between a vice president and a sales director is still 5 because it's 25 minus 20. But folks, I want to tell you something. As a vice president, you've got a very, very good size organization. And you've got new people coming in, more customers being added, transactions being created. The vice presidents have the ability to earn a very, very handsome income. It's a great position every one of you want to strive to get to. Vice presidents on new business will earn 25%. They'll earn 20% on the team leader position as it grows and matures. So again, you'll get a feel for how the differential works as we go through. Now, the top position is what we call senior vice president. Same basic structure, 5 sales teams. Someplace in each sales team needs to be a vice president. And when you are promoted to senior vice president, you pick up another 2.5%. So now your cumulative total is 27.5%. The differential between a senior vice president and a vice president is only 2.5%. But you need to understand, you're talking about a massive organization. You're talking about hundreds of thousands, potentially millions of customers, and you're talking about the ability to make income that's unprecedented. It's a great position to achieve. The differential works the same whether you're talking about a vice president organization, sales director organization, team coordinator organization. So it is the top position in our compensation plan. Again, the ability to earn from both sides, the retail side, personal side for 25%, on the organizational side, 5 to as much as 27.5%. So all based on retail, all based on customers. So it's an incredible opportunity, incredible business. Now, the other thing that DubLi has done is they want to reward leaders. They want to reward those people who strive to be the best that you can be, the best of the best that will help teach and lead their teams. So DubLi has what they call DubLi Golf and Beach Resort. This is on the Grand Caymans. And it's the ability to have a villa on the Grand Caymans and to enjoy the fruits of your labor. And so what happens is if you reach the position of senior vice president in 2.5 years, that's 30 months from the date you sign up, and you have a minimum of 2,500 active business associates in your organization, at least with the business package, minimum business package, then what DubLi will do is they will give you the lot on the Grand Caymans for free, and they will build you a villa. Generally, it's about a 2,500 square foot villa and up. It's up to you, for free. And I mean, we're talking about a beautiful location, beautiful villa on a great golf course on the Grand Caymans. Now, the other thing that happens is this, is that if you achieve the position of vice president in 12 months, then you know you've got the lot for free. If you miss the 2.5 years, whatnot, then you're just going to take a time frame to get there. But again, it's designed so vice presidents and senior vice presidents have the ability to be able to have the villa, have the lot, and build on the lot in the Grand Caymans, so that we can again enjoy the fruits of our labor, if you will, in that position. So it's a great way for DubLi to reward leadership. the ability to make sure that leaders are not only compensated well through the compensation plan, but they're compensated well in terms of some benefits in terms of leadership. Lots of press going on out there, by the way, on talking about DubLi, what's going on, what's happening, and you'll see more and more of that taking place. So let me kind of recap this in this presentation. And I use a couple of examples. I talk about credit card companies and banks that issue credit cards. They make billions of dollars annually on credit card transaction fees. And I always say, do you think they really care where we use a credit card? And the answer is no. They just want us using the credit card so they get the transaction fees. The other example I use is Amazon. If you had a friend in ownership of Amazon in their formulation years when they were just a bookseller, and they had some initial challenges they overcame, and they got very good at what they did and expanded what they are today. But if you'd negotiated a small transaction fee on every transaction they ever generated moving forwards in the future, what kind of income would you be earning today? Well, it'd be astronomical. But it was never part of their opportunities, never part of the possibilities with them. Well, if you understand those analogies that I just gave you, and you understood what I just showed you in DubLi.com for the retail customer, and that's the foundation, that's the base, because DubLi knows that customers that historically have spent money on gasoline, their time, energy, driving from place to place, doing those types of things, will do it online or already are doing it online, depending on the country they live in. But they won't go to 10, 20, 30 websites to do that. They will only do it in communities where they feel safe and secure, communities that are fun and exciting, communities that bring them something of value that they cannot get going direct to exactly the same source. This is what I just showed you. This is what we're sharing about the DubLi story. Down the road, it's going to include everything from their children's educations to everything else that can be done online will ultimately at some point become part of the DubLi story, part of the DubLi community. Again, this is not just about a business or a business opportunity. This is about history. I've always said, just as books were written on Sam Walton and on Walmart and how they changed the dynamics of the public forever, I believe there will be books written on DubLi and DubLi Network on how, again, the dynamics of the public have been changed forever, but on a global basis in a way that was never thought possible. Again, my name is Dean Manheimer. Thank you very much for allowing me to share what I call the DubLi story.